Over the past few weeks, we've been having box after box delivered, filled with various goodies for our new van build.
With all the boxes sitting near the door, it sort of felt like waiting for Christmas morning. We're just looking at all these boxes day in, day out, like just ready to open them, but we wanted to wait and share that experience with you.
So we thought we would take some time today and unbox all of the tech that's going inside the new van build and check it out with you guys.
So we really couldn't wait to open a few items, some of which are right here. So we have our dishes that we'll be using when we are in full Vanlife mode. So we have some silverware here and some enamel dishes by Bare Bones. And these are really, really cute. We love the little copper accents on each of them. We've already pretty much envisioned ourselves eating out of them and like sitting around a campfire with like some coffee or something. These were a few items that we just could not wait to open, but at least we'll share them with you. Next, we're gonna head to this big box right here. So let's go ahead and get ready to open it up.
We've mentioned this in previous videos, but one of the biggest needs that we knew we needed to meet with the new build was to have ventilation and airflow happening in the van, because we took a trip to New York City in the summertime, and sleeping in the van in Brooklyn in probably 85, 90 degree weather was completely unbearable. We were miserable trying to sleep in there. This is really exciting. Like Kaylee said, it is kind of like Christmas morning.
Okay, I'll hold this.
Okay, I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Kaylee versus cardboard box. Cardboard box ones.
Okay, so here it is. Out of context, it just seems massive. So we have the fan, and this rain hood will go up when it's in operation. And then there's a fan underneath. One of the nice things about this model in particular is that it has a tinted rain hood, so you do get some light in from the outside as well during the daytime. The other piece of this that we have here fits up inside, so this is the side that you'll see from the inside of the van. So we knew we wanted to go with one of the industry standards, Maxxair. We went with the Maxxfan Deluxe. One of the biggest advantages to this fan over the Dometic fan is that it has a rain shield, so you can go to sleep with the peace of mind that you're not going to wake up to having a bunch of puddles in your van.
This will be one of the first things that we install into the van, so make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that video coming soon. We're really, really excited to get this bad boy into the van and experience nice, cool, fresh air inside. It's going to be really nice.
For sure. So the next thing that we're going to open is a little less exciting than the fan, but it's one of the more important parts to go with the fan. There's an individual on eBay that makes adapters for the Maxxair fan to fit all kinds of different vehicles. So we bought one specially for the Ram ProMaster City, which is the van build that we're going to be doing.
I don't like that I'm heading towards myself.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
Nope, you're not supposed to do that.
I know how to do this, I swear.
You make it look so easy.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Maybe I'll stick with the boxes next time.
So these adapters here will fit between the beams and the back of the roof. This will help support the weight of the fan because it's just pretty thin sheet metal and it's not meant to hold a lot of weight. So these will help in case we need any sort of support there.
All right.
This is great. They even included some installation tips here. This is one of the most important parts to get when you're considering purchasing a fan to go on your roof. This has custom notches put into this plastic here that will allow the fan to sit flush on top of your roof, and that'll eliminate any stress on the metal or potential leaks later on. It's a pretty cheap investment to make sure that your build stays good for the long term.
All right, so these two boxes right here are sort of mystery boxes, so we're not entirely sure what we're going to be getting into with these.
We know about what's in both of them, but we're not sure what's in what yet.
Yeah. Hey, you're so much better at that than I am. I don't understand.
Ah, okay.
So I feel like this would be like a no-brainer, right? We have our gas and carbon monoxide alarm.
This is great because this is a combo carbon monoxide and natural gas detector. So if you're using propane in your van and there's a leak or something, this can sniff it out. It's also great because you can either wall mount it in an AC plug, or you can use a 9-volt battery, which is great.
It's very important since we'll be traveling with propane at all times because that's how we'll be cooking. So like that's very important for us to have this.
Safety first. All right, next we have this fancy little water dispenser. We'll detail some of our plans for the water system later on. Instead of building in pipes that could freeze over winter, we decided to go with a more simplified system. So what we have here is a rechargeable water pump that screws on to a 5-gallon water cooler jug. There's a plastic hose here that attaches to the pump and will go down into the tank. There's a spout and you simply push the button and it'll start pumping water out of the tank and into your kettle or into your water bottle. It's a really good solution because one of the great things about using this system is you can take your 5-gallon water jug into most grocery stores and just get it refilled right there. You don't have to worry about hooking up to water. You don't have to worry about going into a rest area and trying to fill up a water bottle.
It's perfect for our use. We're not going to be using a ton of water as far as, just showering or using the bathroom or anything like that. We don't have the space.
So one of the themes with our build is since we have a smaller van, it's one of the 4-cylinder city vans, we don't have the extra space to be able to do complex systems. And so one of our goals with this build is to make something that's simple, easy to fix on the go. You'll see that with our electrical system and with the water. All right. Lastly, in this box, we have some fun little adapters for the next part of our unboxing. So we'll keep that a secret and just tell you that they're a bunch of wire adapters.
Okay. Ooh. Da-da-da-da.
What do we have here?
All right, so this is our lighting that we'll be installing inside of the van. So this will be going in between the different shelving that we'll have along the top area as well, so that way we will be able to see what we're doing.
So we have 60 feet of LED light strips here, and one of the advantages to doing the lighting system this way is because we're only working with about 4.5 feet of space from the floor to the ceiling. We don't have room to put recessed lighting in because that would drop the ceiling down another couple inches. We need all the space we can get. So the great thing about these LED strips is you can put them right on the surface and they only require a couple millimeters of space of clearance. So that will work out great for us.
We're also able to control the brightness, the color, and everything on an app. It's going to be very convenient for us to use. Next, we have some extension cables for the LED strips. So we have 2 packages of them here.
This will help us get power from the source up all the way to the ceiling or to the shelves. The last part of our lighting setup are some channels for the LED strips to sit inside of. This will allow us to not have to depend on the adhesive on the back of the LED strips to keep these stuck to the shelves or to the ceiling. We can just pop them right in here and they'll stay put. Another great thing is they come with a little transparent diffusion cover that goes over the top so you don't see the individual LED bulbs. You see more of a stream of light. So we have, I think 10 of these in here.
We're supposed to, but there's a hole in the box, so hopefully...
There is a hole in the box.
Hopefully we didn't lose any along the way when they were supposed to be delivered, so...
I think we've got them all, though.
You guys, you should have seen Alex carrying some of these boxes up because this came with, 6 other boxes or something. Something ridiculous. I thought he was going to the package room to get one package. I was holding the elevator for him. And here he comes carrying, a mountain of boxes, and I was like, oh my... What is happening?
You know how the saying goes though, anything to not have to make a second trip.
We left this box over here because we had one more thing left to show you, and that is our little dish bucket, and it is collapsible. So it seems pretty durable too. Nice and easy for us to store when we're not using it. So we can just pop it open. And then with our water pump that we showed you previously, it'll be super easy for us to just sort of slide that underneath, hit the pump, fill it up, do some dishes, and pour it out. So earlier we had mentioned that we couldn't wait to open certain things, and one of those things was our fridge.
I'm gonna open it up now and see what it looks like.
You made that look so easy.
It was easy, it just kind of opened itself. It's gonna keep our food so cold. Hopefully.
Ooh.
Look at it, it's sizable, like it's gonna be perfect.
So we have our Dometic fridge right here, which will be perfect. It'll be in the back of the van. We've got it all mapped out where it's going to be. It can hold how many cans?
I think it's a 40 cans in there. It's a Dometic CFX25, so it's a 25 liter refrigerator. The great thing about these refrigerators is that they're very narrow. They're long and narrow, so it gives us a nice alleyway in between the couch bed area and the shelving and refrigerator. We went with the CFX instead of the CF, which is the older variation, because it does have an app that you can control the refrigerator temperature. You can turn it on and off, and it's also just a sleeker build. We like the look of it better, and since we're going to be seeing it every single day, we thought that was an important thing to consider. The build quality too is just like really, really nice. I mean, these are all like aluminum fittings on here, so you know it's going to last a long time. The last thing to unbox is something that I have personally been so excited to finally open, and this is our power solution.
It's the thing that's going to make everything happen inside the van.
We have the Goal Zero Yeti 1500X. It is the new version of their 1500 watt all-in-one power solution. There's a battery, there's an inverter, there's even an MPPT unit in here to make the solar power more efficient. And our fancy foam here.
Fancy foam.
And here it is.
Oh my god.
If you open it up here, it does have some of our necessary charging components here. Looks like this goes from your AC source into a DC charging outlet. One thing that we still have to buy is a 12 volt DC adapter to go from our cigarette lighter in the car into the charging port here. But it seems to have a really good build quality. One of the reasons that we decided to go with this instead of doing our own DIY setup is we found that the cost was actually pretty reasonable, and it eliminated a lot of the difficulties of having to try to set up your own system. We didn't have to buy all the individual parts. We didn't have to do all the wiring inside the van. A lot of technical know-how has to go into that. Another thing is that if for some reason this doesn't work out for us, we can always sell it again later. And it's a lot harder to sell a built-in system that you've customized for your own personal build. If we want to incorporate a solar system later, we can buy that separately, which is another great reason to do an all-in-one system rather than having to build it all in. We can just purchase those and pop them up without having to install a roof rack or anything like that. We are so excited to take this out on the road and get it tested along with everything else and see how everything works and see if it's going to work for our situation.
There will definitely be some test trips, with some of these components installed, some maybe not. It just really depends on the pace of our build and what we have planned, but the whole idea is to just sort of test this out and see if it's going to work for us for our full-time travel plans.
We hope that this was fun to watch some of our Van Build Tech unboxing, and if you have any questions, let us know. If you have any advice, let us know that as well. We hope that this can kind of help you out if you're looking to get some accessories for your van build to take it to the next level. We're certainly excited to see how it all works out. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Please consider subscribing to our channel so you can follow the rest of our van build.